And here we go. Anderson, another big kid. Tucker, number 2, 6'9", 190-pound sophomore. As that three goes up and in.
Yeah, and he's not shy about shooting it. He's come off the bench and just threw up 2.
Well,
That's great.
He's got some family history. His mom, Sheila, played at Tennessee for Pat Summitt.
Okay.
In fact, she was on the first 2 teams that Summitt won, championship teams that Summitt won at Tennessee back in 1987 and 1989. So he was definitely raised around basketball.
Yeah.
And they're showing that already. Oh, and a collision at near midcourt as Ian Martinez hustles for that ball, and it will be the Aggies basketball leading by a point.
Yeah,
the idea and, the culture would kind of remain the same, and we'll see how that goes because the Aggies had a great season last year.
Absolutely.
Really did.
Yeah, I don't think there's a person here that isn't going to want that to continue.
Anderson's 3, that one does not go.
One thing the Aggies are showing early is that they're like to lend him off a lot of screens, find open shots from his teammates are looking for him. So looks like they have a lot of confidence in him.
Well, he was a near 40% three-point shooter at Central Arkansas. So obviously they're going to try to exploit that. And a turnover as Tankersley just, I don't know, he must not have even noticed, but he was behind midcourt when that pass was thrown to him.
Yeah, the mental errors early in the season are. I remember we used to take our first couple games and break those down pretty well. And when I was here at Utah State with Coach Morrill, these are learning games for sure.
Oh, absolutely. How about that rebound up and in? And Gadaretzi, young man out of Belgium, scores again.
I like how physical this game is. I like the refs are letting them play a little bit.
There's a foul on Drake Allen as you're getting a good look at how that zone works for Jared Calhoun, how he designs it.
Yeah, and that's really interesting because generally in a zone you kind of have your areas that you guard and you don't go out those areas. But I've watched Carson Templin come out off the post to guard ball screens. Those are generally things you don't see in a zone. So it's interesting to see how Calhoun's putting this all together.
Into the lane and up and in, shot does not go. And here come the Aggies. And right to the rack, a little reverse, Dayton Albury. And Utah State now on a 7-0 run.
Yeah, he's shown a lot of leadership out there and a lot of poise. That's something that the Aggies are really going to need this year.
And again, another missed shot. And now we got a foul, the old foul on the rebound.
The Aggies are starting to pick up some momentum. They're starting to make Alcorn miss some shots, and they're coming with the offensive rebound. That's what's accounting for the 7-point swing since the last time out.
So 15-10 our score now, and 6 different Aggies have already scored. So if the goal early is try to get a look at a lot of people, it's working. And how about Drake Allen?
Yeah, they're playing very well as a team right now. They're sharing the basketball. They're making smart plays. They're not forcing things. The Aggies are looking really good for one game in, or 20 minutes, or however long, 10 minutes into the first game.
Yeah, we're barely into that, yeah. Well, you want to, Alcorn State, certainly a capable team. 55-62 under Coach Bussey over 5 years. But generally, you're hoping to schedule a situation where you can do a lot of things and experiment with a lot of things and get a lot of players in. And so far, it's working out that way for Jared Calhoun. Got a lot of basketball to play, though, here. 7-point Aggie lead here on KMYU TV locally and the Mountain West Network. Team football and basketball champion at Skyview. He was the 4A MVP in football, too. He was a heck of a football player. I remember we televised a number of his games And I always thought, man, he's going to be a great tight end somewhere. But I think he chose wisely. I think he would have been successful either way.
Absolutely. He could be like Justin Graham, after he's done playing basketball, he could just go into the NFL as a tight end.
There you go. Isaac Johnson's shot does not go. Turnover. That was punched out by Allen from behind, and then Allen throws the lob. Can't quite get it to go. Oh, man. And quickly, Mike Littlewood, the official, gets in there and separates these guys. They were getting tangled up.
Yeah. It looks like Alcorn is coming in ready to play, ready to be physical, and that's what I love as a coach, to watch my team come out here and be that physical and play with that type of toughness.
You were talking about basketball players turning tight end. Caleb Lohner at the University of Utah played all those years in basketball, and now he's tight end for the Utes.
Yeah, that is true.
So Alcorn State, 4 turnovers on their last 7 possessions, and then what do? They come out and they take the ball away. Right there. Short little shot goes up and does not go for Wyatt Gaines. They have now missed their last 5 shots as Mason throws the lob, and it's tipped in by Alvin Gadarezzi.
See, it's that type of unselfishness. Mason has a clear lane to the basket, sees that his teammate has a better shot, is willing to dump it off to get an easier basket.
11-0 run now for the Aggies, that they've opened up this 19-10 lead, and again, so active. Looks like they're going to get Martinez here, though. Oh, no, it's Aggies' ball.
It was kicked out of bounds.
Yeah.
One thing I love about Ian Martinez's game, he's always so cool and calm. You don't ever see too much fluctuation in his emotion. He kind of just runs even kilter.
Well, this is cool. Jordy Barnes just checked into the game. We were calling his state championship not that long ago. Jordy's father is the coach at Olympus High School where Jordy played, Matt Barnes, and he's a former Aggie alum.
Yes.
Way before your time.
So it's come full circle.
I'm not saying Matt's old, but yeah, it's gone full circle here. But I will say he never met a shot he didn't like.
That's my type of guy right there.
Utah State now 9 straight defensive stops, forcing 5 turnovers. And here comes another one. Now make it 10. And Barnes with the ball.
That's what Alcorn needs to do, is they need to give it to the middle of the zone.
Oh, what a pass. Gadaretsky throws it down.
That's what you got to like to see as an Aggie fan this early, is to see them playing this well as a team, understanding where your teammates are, making good passes. That's exciting to see.
And Johnson really made a nice pass there to spot the open Gadaretsky. Here comes Jordy. Ian Martinez from the corner. And it goes.
Looked like he banked that one in.
16-0 run. Aggies are rolling. Our statistician Tyson Ewing can barely keep up because it's going by so fast. He's riding like a madman. Martinez so wide open.
That goes in. It's going to be pretty loud in here.
Ian Martinez.
The Aggies' willingness to share the basketball, take open shots, be confident as a team.
Coaches certainly like to see. Now here's a new look.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the full court press.
It's good when you put in a containment press like that. You're just trying to speed them up and get them out of their rhythm and force them to take shots that they're not used to taking.
Shot clock down to 5 already.
Shot clock just stopped.
Just stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to stop this because that's weird. It went to 5, then it went back to 6, and then it just stopped.
Actually, with a school so rich in basketball history like Utah State, I remember feeling that pressure coming out, and Jared is really responding. He's doing well. He's playing strong. He's tough with the ball. He's tough defensively. He's finding it. Yeah, he's playing well.
Again, I'll tell you what, Gateretzi's making a living in the post, Gary. And after 13 straight defensive stops, the Aggies come back and score. $21-0 run.
Well, when you have the length of Gateretzi and Isaac Johnson out there in a matchup zone where you have a 7-footer defending the perimeter and a 7-footer guarding the basket, that's an intimidating
tough, yeah.
That's an intimidating look.
Gave a little pump fake. This was earlier. And then threw it down. And once again, Jared Calhoun, coach, just subbed 4 Aggies. Block shot. They've missed their last 9. And Ian Martinez finishes it off.
He's definitely one of the fan favorites here.
They love him. Such an energy guy, as you pointed out earlier.
Yeah, great pass.
And Templin. Oh, baby.
That's the thing. Sometimes it's hard to tell whether the Aggies are just playing this well or if they can keep this type of energy and play up. This has been really impressive to watch, especially because Alcorn is so physical. And the Aggies have just responded. Alcorn's not backing down.
33-10. And a foul. Willie Lightfoot with the basketball. You know, we had so much fun watching last year's team, and yet here we are just a few minutes into this season, and this team's every bit as fun.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and I think that the energy that they bring, the basketball is a team sport, so when you see it played as a team, it's really fun to watch.
And they're sharing. They've assisted on the last 8 made field goals. Almost made it 9. Martinez, he really wanted to throw that one down.
We might have seen a top 10 play.
Yeah,
right there.
The fans would have come I was going to say out of their seats, but they're always out of their seats up here. They never sit down. Martinez, an 86% free throw shooter. Very good free throw shooter. And he's at the line for 2. Yeah. 34-10. My goodness.
I like how Ian Martinez has stepped up in this game. He knows he's the leader, when he's supposed to be the leader on this team. He's kind of accepted that, and he's stepping up offensively and defensively.
And sharing the ball when he needs to.
Yes.
Hits them both. So, you know that run we keep talking about, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's now up to 27-0.
Well,
that's the run.
The thing is Calhoun is subbing in the middle of his runs. Generally, if you're having a run like that, you leave your team in. He's subbing, and there's no drop-off. Everyone just keeps responding.
And that's, by the way, that run is like, it's in 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quick.
I mean, if you can have a team where you can just sub in 4 guys at a time and keep your team that fresh the whole game, that would be something to watch.
It's just interesting to me, after all the games we did last year, to see this defense. It's completely different.
Yeah.
We're not used to that.
Well, yeah, and I think a lot of it. Sorry about that. A lot of it stems from just watching Sprinkle's traditional defensive approach to come into this matchup zone.
Make it 18 straight defensive stops. Unbelievable what the Aggies are doing right now. Complete domination. When it was a close game, really. Templin. Oh, the gold shoes. And he's denied this time.
The one thing that I like about Coach Calhoun, if you watch him, Carson's come down. He's had a couple shots. I think there could have been fouls on 1 or 2 of them. But Coach Calhoun tells him to settle down, to just play his game. And that's, for a young player, you need that reassurance from your coach.
Anderson, another 3, and he got it again. Tucker Anderson. Boy, 6'9", big man that can hit threes.
Yeah, he's a shooter. You can see he's got a pure touch out there on his release.
As I mentioned, his mom, Sheila, Tennessee basketball player, and obviously raised him well on basketball skills. 30-0 is now the run after Anderson's 3. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I wonder what the school record is for most points scored without an opponent scoring. Yeah, run.
Huh. That's a good question. We'll have to get the Utah State stat people on it. It's me to see as well. It's completely different from what we saw at a Sprinkle last year, what you saw at a Stu Morrill back in your day, and yet every bit is effective. They all put their own mark,
right,
on their coaching, and interesting.
Ian Martinez is stepping up. Tucker's stepping up. You have and Mason Falslove, can step up. So there's a lot of people that they're looking like, at least in this first game, early days, that they can go to.
That's a great point about last year. It's like, everything kind of went through Ossibor, and then you just got whatever was left over. Tippin has missed another miss, and again the Aggie defense steps up big, and at the other end, Templin with the finish.
He's all over. He gets a steal, advances up court, comes in, gets a rebound and a dunk.
All while wearing gold shoes. There's a couple of them out there. It's Drake Allen also in the gold. Another turnover. Oh, he just barely had his feet out of bounds. So Anderson got his hand on the ball. But
the one thing that's interesting to watch, and you don't see this very often, but it seems like the Aggies are having as much fun playing defense as they are playing offense. They're all over the floor. They're getting touches and deflections. It's fun to watch.
And you're right, that's not always the case.
It definitely wasn't with me, I can say that much.
Yeah, but Stu, if you guys didn't play defense, you heard it from him.
Yeah, if you didn't play defense, you didn't play.
Yeah, you didn't, right.
But it wasn't the funnest thing I like to do playing basketball. Yeah. But these guys have seemed to figure it out.
If you go through the hallway here on the way to the locker room, there's various photos of all the great players over the years, and yours, and by the way, they're life-size. Yours is a dunk.
Yeah. It was. Well, I didn't have very many, so they thought they'd do me a favor.
Oh, it was a good one. Yeah. So another defensive stop, and the crowd letting the Braves hear about it. And they're playing a lot of people, too.
Yeah. That's the other thing. Yeah. Trying to stay in a rhythm and get in a good flow.
Oh, wow. Down they go, no call, and they're right back up. Anderson. And again, body's just all over. And that's going to go against the Aggies. Akano.
That's the risk you take when you let games get this physical. Both teams, you're competitive, you're out there, you're fighting. It just kind of happens. But if you're not careful, the game can get away from you.
Well, you commented on how the Braves are a physical group, and it's looking like football out there the last couple of possessions.
Yeah. Despite the score, nothing is coming easy from the Aggies. If you watch, if they're having to fight through screens. They're getting hit on screens, on box out. Alcorn's hitting them on the box outs. So it's not like this has been easy for them, even though the score evidence is a different story.
Yeah, on that one, Dexter Akano kind of falling backwards. Right, so they think they've got this worked out, and we're about to get an explanation. So I'm going to listen to Larry really quick here.
It was to see if it was a hook and hold on white 7. Okay. It was not. It was them falling to the ground, albeit looks rather severe. There's nothing malicious. There was nothing flagrant in it.
There was no technical.
The technical foul was on the head coach.
Okay, that's
different play.
Okay, got it.
All right, so the review was to check that original foul. They wanted to see if it was